had no sleep. I've been up all night since yesterday, 7 o'clock, from 7 o'clock yesterday to 6 o'clock this morning. Still getting calls. Still getting texts. That's my personal line y'all just gave out.
So my question to you
Hey, I'm not done talking. Because you keep asking me, and I keep telling you, I made these things up. You're trying to make it seem like I was telling the truth about what I said, and I'm telling you, I wasn't.
Y'all done, they got my mama, like, she locked up. Like, can't leave the house, can't do none of that. Like,
and that makes you angry with the state, right?
I'm going through withdrawals, yes. I'm angry.
At this point, I'm going to admonish and rebuke you, Miss Love, to pay careful attention to how you ask questions.
Who gave you the information?
I'd like to know what information happened outside our presence. That's really it.
He can go into custody at this point in time.
I think that the court needs to again declare a mistrial.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm Vera Blunt. I highlight the top moments from the YSL RICO trial. If you love staying up to date with the most intense and shocking moments from the courtroom, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, do me a favor and gently destroy that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for daily videos so you never miss out on the latest updates. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, that you lied to them.
I remember y'all trying to assassinate me right now in 2024. That's what I remember. That's what I remember. All this going on right here on this, got me up on this stand, talking about this and that third, all this extra stuff that's going on, Your Honor. Am I on trial, Your Honor?
Sir, you just have to answer the questions, unfortunately, at this point in time, okay? That's all I can tell you.
Am I on trial?
No, sir, you are not on trial. But you do have to, but you have been properly summoned here as a witness, and you're subject to examination until I release you.
I never consent to do none of this, sir. I ain't signed nothing. My name ain't on nothing. They come get me. Y'all don't threaten to lock me up. Hey, I got a family too. I mean, come on, y'all. I done told y'all I don't remember that from 2013. Come with these conversations. Hey, you know, remember we was in front of the house? The conversation we had in front of the house before we went to the Kroger? Keep it 100, man. With yourself.
I can't hear you, Mr. Bean. Can you take your mask off if you wouldn't mind?
Keep it 100 with yourself, not me. We had a conversation in front of the house.
Yeah.
Before we went to the Kroger.
Yeah. You asked to go to the court.
I never agreed to do none of this from the beginning. Before we even had this, what you just played.
Mr. Bean.
I keep telling y'all I remember that for 2013. I didn't really remember that then.
Mr. Bean, who threatened to lock you up?
Sir, I talked to you on to tell you something. You know.
Sir, answer.
I'm on trial for anything. Can I be excused, Your Honor, for anything, something? Because I really don't understand what's going on. I don't remember. My head hurt. They keep asking me questions about this. Keep asking me questions about that. About 2013, I don't remember.
No, you can't be excused at this point in time, Mr. Bean. You have to be. You're subject to examination. I
don't remember.
Who you just told the jury, the Honorable Judge Glanville, and all of us that you've been threatened to be locked up.
I didn't consent to come get on this stand to be a witness, first of all.
Who threatened you to lock you? Lock you up means go to jail.
There wasn't no threat. The subpoena go out. They say you don't show up, they're going to lock you up, you go to jail or whatever, and all this little extra stuff like that right there. I ain't here to point fingers at nobody, say nothing like that. That ain't my job.
But you just said
it ain't for me to mention what nobody got going on in their life. I got my own problem.
Who threatened you? You just told the jury that you've been threatened.
I done had all kind of threats, man. Y'all just explored my whole phone number on to the world. People calling my phone right now threatening me, texting my phone. I ain't had no sleep. I've been up all night since yesterday, 7 o'clock, from 7 o'clock yesterday to 6 o'clock this morning. Still getting calls. Still getting texts. That's my personal line y'all just gave out. On live to the public, to the whole wide world.
Who threatened to put you in jail, Mr.
He's answered that question already, Mr. Steele. Let's move on from that.
Do you remember telling Detective Quinn on September 17, 2023, that when speaking on a jail-recorded lines for your wife, I'm visualizing the story, trying to make it all one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling them a lot. A little shenanigan be bold blank. You remember saying that?
Ms. Love already asked me 1,001 questions. I told her I don't recall nothing from 2013. I don't even recall the conversation really that me and you even had. If somebody else push up on me, ask me questions, let somebody else come to. I give them a story too. Everybody gonna keep asking me questions. I'm gonna move on with my life, man. I ain't got time for these games. Y'all done assassinated me, man. Hey, it about time for some actions now.
Do you remember?
I'm all on all these blogs, all these channels, my face all over the news, everything like that. Keep on asking questions. I'm telling you, I don't recall.
Okay, well, I just have to answer these questions. Do you recall telling Detective Quinn on September 17, 2013, that on jail calls, that you bold blanked around with your family a lot, bold blanked around with the story a lot?
Mr. Steele, for the completeness of the record, you need to say the word he purportedly just used, okay?
Bullshitted around the story a lot. Remember saying that?
I don't recall, sir.
Mr. Bean, a key figure in the YSL RICO trial, finds himself in a difficult and highly publicized position due to a series of choices he made over time. His involvement in criminal activities, whether directly or indirectly, has led him to face serious legal consequences. Now, he sits on the witness stand, exposed to intense scrutiny from both the legal system and the public. One of the more personal consequences Mr. Bean now faces is the constant harassment of having his phone number leaked to the public. As a result, he's bombarded with calls throughout the night, unable to escape the relentless reminders of his situation. This may seem like a minor annoyance compared to the larger legal battle, but it illustrates how far-reaching the consequences of his actions have become. This situation serves as a powerful example of how the decisions we make in life, especially those that involve criminal or unethical behavior, come with consequences. While the immediate gratification or benefits of those decisions may seem appealing, the long-term effects can be devastating. For Mr. Bean, the crime may have been committed in the past, but the consequences are unfolding in the present. These consequences are not always visible at the moment we make our choices. Often, they remain hidden until they strike at the least expected time.
On the bottom, do you see the words, again, rental location?
Yes.
And Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport?
Yes.
Right. Do you see the rental time, 1/7/2015?
Yes.
And the time is 8:34 p.m.?
Yes.
And then do you see the return time supposed to be 1/12/15?
Yes.
At 8:30 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. And did you, in the same interview on June 10th, tell the police that you went with Thug to the airport when he got the Q50 or the Infinity?
Yes.
And would you agree with me that January 7th, 2015 is before January 9th, 2015?
Huh?
Would you agree that January 7th, 2015 is before January 9th, 2015?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Now, in the interview, do you also remember telling the detectives that Thug was in the Infinity and the cars were at the gas station?
When the police questioned me back in whatever time they questioned me, they locked me up. And forget what I said in the interviews. I made it up. And when I say I made it up, I'm not saying I made everything up. What I'm saying is I took from what I know personally and put it with other stuff. And what I'm telling you is I'm not about to say nothing to tell on myself. Like I told you in the back, I was going through a phase in my life. The police kept locking me up. I was trying to be there for my baby mama and my child. And I was going through a dark phase in my life. I have sat right here and told you over and over and over. I'm telling you again today. I'm gonna tell you every time you keep asking me a question, because if you want the truth, I'm telling you the truth.
Okay. So my question to you,
And I'm not done talking, because you keep asking me, and I keep telling you I made these things up. You're trying to make it seem like I was telling the truth about what I said, and I'm telling you I wasn't. And you're sitting right here, keep asking me. I'm tired of it. Keep telling you that. You keep going back to interviews I told the police. You're playing the calls. Each one contradict each other. If I was working with the police and I was scared as I pretend to be, I would have been in protective custody. I'm in the streets every day. All the people I'm afraid of is y'all. Y'all sitting right here, locking me up, knowing I'm lying, trying to make me do what y'all want me to do. I'm tired of it. Y'all can leave me alone at this point. Y'all bringing me here every day. I don't get no sleep. Every time I gotta go to court, I stay up all night. My brain is in overdrive. Like, y'all doing too much, bro. Like, come on now, y'all gonna do the law, do it the right way. Leave me alone. I made it up. I'm telling y'all, Lil D told me to say this. You hear the call, I'm mad at Lil D because he wouldn't say what I want him to say. So what?
Are you finished?
No, I'm just getting started.
Okay.
Mr. Copeland, the star witness for the state in the YSL RICO trial, unfortunately for the prosecution, was anything but cooperative. His frustration is evident in the way he's answering the questions, responding with a quick yes, without even taking the time to listen. The strange contradiction here is that he now wants the court and the jury to believe him, despite openly admitting that he was dishonest during his interactions with law enforcement. This back and forth creates confusion, leaving everyone in the courtroom wondering whether they should trust anything he says. Despite the chaotic nature of his testimony, Mr. Copeland was an entertaining figure in the courtroom. His outbursts and unfiltered responses have drawn attention, and it's clear that he commands the room, though not in the way the prosecution intended. But beneath the surface, it's important to remember that Mr. Copeland is no mere entertainer. He's a dangerous individual with a documented history of violence as a YSL shooter. His role in the trial isn't just about theatrics. His involvement in the gang's activities makes him a critical figure in the case. Let's continue.
You're angry, but have you taken the same medicine today?
No, y'all won't let me get it. I'm telling them I'm in pain whole weekend. Y'all got me caged in the house. Y'all done they got my mama, like, she locked up. Like,
Wait a minute.
can't leave the house, can't do none of that. Like,
And that makes you angry with the state, right?
I'm going through withdrawals, yes. I'm angry.
Okay. You said caged in a house. Are there bars on the home you were in?
No, they telling her when she can leave, this and that. I ain't agreed to none of that.
Okay. Did the state make you go back to the Fulton County Jail?
Shit, they should've. If I let my family feel like they locked up, I go lay down. I ain't tripping. I ain't one of them people scared to go to jail. I'm gonna be 8, 9 years. I ain't scared of jail.
Okay. Did you want to go back to the jail?
It don't make me none.
Did you tell the court you would rather be in the jail than be at your
Before I
mom's
let y'all just keep putting my family through this for something I did, I'm a grown man. I got my own house. I got my own everything.
Mr. Zachary, can you allow me to finish asking you questions before you answer? Did you tell the court that you'd rather be in jail than stay at
I
your...
don't know.
Your Honor, would the court please apprise the witness to allow me to finish the question before he answers?
Listen to the whole question before you answer it and try to answer the question that is asked, please.
Thank you. Did you ever tell the court that you would rather be in the jail than at your mother's house?
I don't know.
Sir?
I don't remember.
Okay. Now, were you handcuffed inside your mom's house?
I might have well. Y'all took my phones. I can't do nothing. I ain't agreed to none of that.
Okay. That's not the question I asked. Were you handcuffed inside your mom's house?
No, I was on house arrest. I leg on my leg.
A leg, okay. Did you request to speak with Detectives Gaither and Dennis?
I ain't never request speak no police.
Okay. Do you know whether anyone made a request on your behalf?
No, ain't nobody did nothing like that.
If you didn't want to talk to them, did you have the sense that you could tell them you didn't want to talk to them?
No, I don't have no sense at all.
Okay.
Been on drugs my whole life.
Okay. Now, when you say you've been on drugs your whole life, what kind of drugs?
Prescription drugs.
Sir?
Prescription drugs.
Okay. And do you take the amount of prescription drugs that you are prescribed, or do you take something different, a different amount?
Ain't none of your business.
Okay. Well, Do you take an amount more than what the doctor tells you to take?
Ain't none of your business.
Your Honor, with the court? Actually, I withdraw that question.
Okay.
Does the amount of drugs that you take cause you to act a certain way different than you normally act?
It's just the drugs that I get. So, and you can take, no matter how many you take.
Does it cause you to act a different way than you would normally act?
Yes.
What way?
Calmer. I mean, not really calm, but I don't be focused.
Okay. And when you say that you're not focused, how does that show itself when you're talking to people? What does it look like?
Talk too much.
You talk too much? Okay. When you went down to the police department.
Somebody went down when he took me.
Oh, you remember them coming to get you?
I know I ain't went nowhere. You gotta go down there yourself.
Say that again?
To being went, I been went down on myself. I ain't went nowhere myself.
Okay. And when you say they took you, who are you talking about?
Whoever took me, I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember if it was the same people you talked to in the room?
I don't know.
Okay. Are you taking the drugs now that you said caused you to talk too much?
No, I just told you y'all won't let me go get them. I'm withdrawing.
Okay. When you were in the interview room, or actually walking into the interview room, did anybody threaten you?
I don't know.
Sir?
I don't know.
When you got in the interview room, did anybody threaten you?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained.
Do you remember whether or not you were asked if anyone threatened you?
I don't know.
Okay. Mr. Zachary, is it that you don't remember or you don't want to talk because you're angry?
I said I don't remember.
Okay. Did you sign a piece of paper when you talked to Detective Gaither and Dennis in 2015 saying, I understand my rights?
Obviously, I didn't understand them, but I don't remember.
So you wish you did not
I
understand?
said, obviously, I didn't understand them, but I don't remember.
So why do you say obviously you didn't understand them, Mr. Zachary?
I had no damn business right there.
Sir?
I had no business right there.
Mr. Zachary, could you speak into the microphone?
I had no business right there.
You have no business right there?
Yeah.
Right where?
Talking to no police.
Why? Why'd you smack your lips just now?
Nothing. I don't know.
You don't remember why you smacked your lips just now? Okay.
Mr. Zachary, visibly angry over the fact that he was placed under house arrest at his mother's house for the weekend, fails to acknowledge that he should be grateful he wasn't forced to spend that time in Rice Street Jail, a far worse alternative. Though he tries to maintain an air of defiance, it's clear that he's not as indifferent as he appears. When questioned by the defense about whether he would prefer jail over house arrest, he quickly admitted that he would rather avoid being incarcerated. Adding to the complexity of Mr. Zachary's testimony is the obvious fact that he appears to be addicted to prescription drugs. His behavior on the stand, agitated, erratic, and unfocused, raises serious concerns about his mental and physical health. Instead of solely focusing on his credibility as a witness, it's clear that the state should at least consider offering him some form of treatment, despite the underlying reality that Mr. Zachary may genuinely need the medication he is taking. His credibility has been so badly damaged that nobody believes a word he says. His addiction has not only impaired his ability to function on the stand, but it has also cast doubt over everything he claims. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Doing so really supports the channel and shows me to continue the series. Thank you, and I'll see you on tomorrow's episode.